Dylan? Which Dylan? Dylan this nuts? I don't know about him. Oh, is it going yummy? Alright, so let's see. Let's find out how far or how close we are from a normal no miss. I don't think it should be a problem. But then again, you will be surprised. Well, depending on how close or how far I am from this, after this I want to actually try lunatic runs with the characters that I didn't get it, which is basically Marisa and Moko. I know the actor's name, not a very well known one. Oh, I thought that they both were well known. Oh, interesting. Because I thought that iconic handshake was between two known icons. You're telling me that the other one was not that known? Huh. That's an interesting one. Alright. Well, guess you learn something every day, huh? That's interesting. Well, we're also gonna learn if we can actually do this or not. That's also gonna be pretty valuable. But you know, I think we should. I mean, I think the normal no miss with a shot type like this one should not be an issue at all. But then again, we gotta remember that, you know, you can do many plans, but the final spell in this game does not forgive, you know what I mean? That's also what I like a lot about this game. You know, remember when I say that this game, I feel like it's one of the only fun games that I can pair with the original? It gets to the point where even the last spell has the same connotations as an original Touhou game, making it a really hard spell where nothing is set into stone, but at the same time it's doable enough. Obviously, it doesn't become impossible. He was in Rocky? Wait. Don't tell me you're talking about, what was the name of this motherfucker? Damn it. Memory, please. He's a known guy. Oh, Sylvester Stallone. Are you talking about him? Because calling Sylvester Stallone not known, I don't know about that one. I'm not sure about that one, Yummy. Maybe we might be off for a couple of fame points right there. Wait, if it was between the two, then yeah, that's the reason why that handshake is so iconic. Because yeah, I mean, they are both beasts of Hollywood. I mean, they are pretty much the two most important actors of their era. Oh, Apollo Creed. Wait, Carl Weathers? I don't know him, but I also don't know if it's famous either. Because I remember a Carl, but I don't think it's that Carl. I remember a Carl that was a black guy that I think in one movie he acted as a cop, like as a police officer. I don't remember the name of the movie, but is that Carl? Or is it another Carl? Carl Weathers, huh? Oh, come on! Bonus failed my ass. Good shit, that one is not necessary. Well, I'm assuming capturing that spell card is not necessary, right? I mean, you technically get hit to cancel it, but I'm pretty sure that that shouldn't be an issue if it asks you for a no miss. Him. Wow, this time you don't even put the clone piece in the middle just to piss me off. Damn. God damn it, Yummy. No clone piece this time. Not even a clone piece. Or are you gonna make a shrug without a clone piece? Unbelievable. Man, you know, there is something, speaking of clone piece, right? Like, I don't know what to do when a game like this releases. It's like, I really have to ask myself. And I know that most of you might think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Like, how am I gonna go back to a normal Touhou game now? Like, how do I go back to the official Touhou games after a game like this is here? Like, how do I do that? It's like, I really don't like when I say that it's the first game that I feel like it's the only one that has been able to get close to an official game. And now when I see this and I see all the things this game have, and then I look at the official games and I'm like, damn dude, that's a pretty big jump, right? And I don't want this like to sound like I'm talking shit about Sun or anything like that. I mean, obviously, without Sun this game wouldn't even exist, but it really is like, you know, a pretty good question, right? After a game of this quality, both not just artistic wise, but also Danmaku wise releases, I don't know, bro. Because I pretty much feel like I'm playing an official game, but better. So I don't know. Really don't know what to do after this. Granted, I still have a lot of things to do in this game, so thankfully we're gonna be, you know, having more content for a while, but I don't know, bro, it's tough. I think this is what people feel when they play Fantastic Danmaku Festival. And, well, I mean, I personally can't, you know, agree, because I still feel like Fantastic Danmaku Festival is not as good as the official games, Danmaku wise. But when I see this game, I really don't know, dude. It really... That's probably what they feel. That's probably why Fantastic Danmaku Festival is so up there, right? Touhou is shit. God damn it, Yummy. My viewers love talking shit about Touhou. It's like their second favorite hobby. Their first favorite hobby is saying the word stoner. That's my fault. Right next to talking shit about you. Well, kinda. That's true. That's also true. I think they are pretty tied. But you know, I think in the hobby scale, I don't know. I feel like the words per stoner ratio is pretty high in this chat. And I don't blame you. Stoner is a pretty fun word. Damn, people really like to say it here a lot. I know there's no one else but me to blame for that, but damn, I really like the word stoner. Wow, I got hit. Oops! I don't want to be associated with this stoner shit. You need to listen to more Snoop Dogg. Snoop. Yes. I mean, come on, bro. Snoop is calling for you. Also, today well, not today. I mean, it was a couple days ago, but I learned that you know that a lot of people complain about K-pop fans because they are, you know, obnoxious and all that shit that people like to say. Well, the thing is, people call K-pop fans, or you know, K-pop like abusive fans. They call them K-stans, right? Now, that's pretty nice and everything, but I didn't know that. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong. I mean, again, I'm not American, so these things are, you know, a slang that is most American or like than any other thing, right? But I'm pretty sure stan was the word that people used to call Eminem fans. Like, that's where the word comes from. You call Eminem fans stans. I think he himself, like Eminem himself, called his fans stans because it came to a point where they become so annoying that, you know, it was like, hey, chill. I'm not sure if that's true, but if that's true, what I have to say about that is that that's right. I mean, I know that YouTube comment section is not like the best way to judge a fan base, right? Because YouTube comment section is pretty much what happens if you know, if you open a trash can from a nuclear factory and, you know, you expect to find something that is not nocive to the health, right? But like, damn, when you read people defending Eminem for everything, going to the point at, you know, lying about shit, it's like, wow. That's why K-pop fans are called K-stans, because they are just as or even more insufferable than Eminem fans. That's why. And obviously that's not to, you know, not credit the man, because Eminem is a pretty talented person, but him, it really is a pretty big shock, right? Hey Riemann, how is it going? Hey, accidentally got no miss, loop 1 of DDP. Oh, accidentally. Oops, I got a no miss. Accidentally got a no miss. Well, hopefully I can accidentally get a no miss here too, because that's my objective of the day. I want to get, well, not of the day, at least my objective on this run. If I can do it fast enough, then my next objective is definitely gonna be lunatic. I mean, again, accidental god. Oops, I no miss. Well, oh, this non-spell is, I think I have to be ready with the bomb here anytime. Game over 2-2-2 though. Welcome to a train wreck realm. Yeah, a train wreck realm, huh? Well, in this game there is a little bit of quote-unquote train wreck here, which is stage 5 boss. And it goes right to that point where it comes to how this game looks like an official Touhou game. Even the stage 5 boss is a pain in the ass, just like in like 70% of the official Touhou games. I mean, can basically mention from the very start Yuyuko on Touhou 5. I don't know if I should call Sakura a pain in the ass, honestly. I don't think she's that bad. Yomu I also don't think she's bad. Then you have Sanae. Then you have Orin. Then you have Shou. Well, Futo is not a pain in the ass. She might be the easiest boss in the game. Then you have Seisha. Then you have fucking Clone Piece. Then you have oh yeah, the dancers. Wow, yeah, Maya and Satono. Oof, those can go to hell. And then on 17, well, I will say that Mayumi is bad depending on the character you use. It can be incredibly easy as well. But you know, I will say that yeah, maybe 60% of the you know, of the stage 5 bosses in Touhou are a big pain in the ass. Now, that's something that, as I say, this game also respects. So I'm pretty glad that that's the case. Ooh, I almost got fucked there. Okay, Gabi, don't be a dumbass. And don't do crazy shit. Because that crazy shit is gonna bite you in the ass. So please. Please, Gabi. Alright. Now, the thing is, the no miss achievement is not the only one that I'm going for right now. Well, I mean, it's the main one. But I also want to see if I can get the achievement that asks you for the most, for having, you know, the full life stock. There is an achievement like that. And obviously, in order to do that, you kinda have to use the dying mechanic. I mean, dying not as in you have to die, but as in you have to, you know, paint the enemies. Oh shit, that was close. That was close. Well, the good thing is that here you recover bombs incredibly fast, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I think this pattern that usually is a problem in harder difficulties, I don't think it should be that big of a deal here. I don't know, honestly. Because I still don't know the main gimmick. I mean, fairies appear and disappear. I think they do it with rhythm or some shit. I really don't know what really is the gimmick for this one. All I know is that there is a secret fairy at the end of this. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I think you're supposed to not kill this fairy until all the other motherfuckers get to the center. Well, the thing is, you can get killed by that. Okay, that's fine. There you go. Whew. Well, that still wasn't as much. I thought I was gonna get more die items out of that. Huh. Alright. Well, fuck you. Imagine not doing crazy shit. Yeah, I know, right? Who is it going, Yannick? Accidentally got omoted to all at a range A. Omoted to all. Alright. It's an interesting achievement. Alright, mystery is your mirage. Don't forget about that. So at least, hey, the name of this song is something that I can actually understand. That's pretty nice. As opposed to almost all of the other ones. Well, there are a couple that are in English as well, but for the most part they are all Chinese. which, I mean, makes sense, but... Man, you know, I don't know if they are gonna do it, but I'm really looking forward to the English translation of this game. And it's funny because when you go to options, there is an option that is, you know, picking English as a language, but the only thing that does is changing the menus. Like, that's it. It doesn't do anything else other than changing the menus and I think the manual. But the dialogues, the spell names, the theme names, they are all in Chinese, with a couple of exceptions, but those exceptions are artistic exceptions. they are not, you know, accidents. Oh yeah, it is what it is. But you know, I mean, again, I know that story in Touhou games is sometimes it's better not to know them. But I'm curious, bro. What can I say? I'm curious to see what the story for this game is. Especially when you give me a character like this, I want to know what this character is. I mean, I don't even know what she is. Is she a magician? Is she an actual fish? I don't know. All I know is that she likes bubbles and those ostrich, whatever the fuck they are called. Yeah. So, I mean, that should be good enough, but I also want to know if she's human or what she's supposed to be, because, you know, in Touhou you have a fucking umbrella that looks like a girl, so it's not like you can, you know, use appearances to judge what species a character is. It doesn't work like that in Touhou. So maybe this girl right here is an actual fish. I don't know. It's impossible to know. Really will be impossible to know. Alright. So, for the... I'm definitely gonna get the Nets 10. I mean the Nets 2, because one of them is Lily White. Lily White drops it, so... I think you're confusing Kogasa and her hitbox team. Damn, you know, that's pretty funny. There are people that legitimately think that Kogasa is the umbrella and not the girl, when in reality it's both. It's like some people really check their facts from the fucking art Touhou. Like some people really check their facts there. So if there is a random guy that says, oh, Kogasa is the umbrella, and they are like, oh, that must be true, because I don't know any better. Really reminds me of that. They don't understand. In Touhou, every character is something else than a girl. Even if they look like girls, they are not most of the time. I mean, most of the time, they technically shouldn't even have a gender. I mean, an umbrella shouldn't, as far as I know. But that's a pretty good example to start with. I don't know, you tell me. But it is what it is, you know. Alright, so I should be able to get that achievement of getting the match life counter right here. Right? I mean, I'm one life away and it's being dropped right here. Please. Okay, so There is the achievement. That was the pharmaceutic achievement. Well, pharmaceutic is how it was translated. I don't know if that's the actual translation or not. Ask Google Translate about that. But according to Google Translate, that achievement that I just got was called pharmaceutic or some shit like that. So I guess I'm a pharmaceutic now. Damn. And people say that it's so hard to be a pharmaceutic nowadays. Look at me. Got it in one day. A lot of people struggle 5 years into getting a PH. But according to this game, I'm a pharmaceutic. Umbrella is male in Russian. Yeah, Umbrella is also male in Spanish. So yeah, he doesn't even have that right. Okay, so the problem is that the run is probably gonna go to the dumpster right here and right now, with a boss like this one. Obviously it's not like I'm wishing that to be the case, but it might be the case. Let's just try to concentrate. I mean, at least the knife's spell card, I mean, I might fuck it up, but at least in this difficulty it is dodgeable. Like, you know, it's not fucked up. It's normal, most of the run belongs in the dumpster by default. Damn. Just like that. Man. Hey, if there's anyone new to Touhou, please don't listen what that guy says right there. Normal runs are just as valid as any other difficulty. I should say that because I don't want people to all of a sudden go to lunatic and get disappointed and be like, damn, what the fuck? If this is Touhou, I don't want none of it. And that will be understandable. I mean, here's the thing, and I always say this because I feel like it's so funny to me, but basically when I first started playing Touhou, I was like, I'm gonna play this on Lunatic. What you think I am, a fucking casual? And the thing is, by stage 2 I already had used all of my continues. So yeah, don't play on Lunatic. It's dumb. Unless, you know, you already have experience. But if you are new, please don't make that mistake. Train Realm. Well, we will see if it's gonna be an actual train wreck or not. I mean, the spell card that is pretty problematic usually comes right here. The one that is problematic, which is the knife one. I mean, the knife one in normal is better, but it's still a pain in the ass. I mean, when I say better, I mean better to dodge. I'm gonna bump it. Honestly, I don't want to deal with this shit. Still not over, but hey, it's about to. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this fuckery. Like, fuck off. I mean, that spell card is pretty capturable in normal, but you almost, especially with a shot type like this, you will almost go to timeout. So, it really sucks. Because you have to really risk yourself a lot unnecessarily. And especially if I try to dodge shit and I press bomb when I get hit, Yuyuko's bomb is gonna come out, and Yuyuko's bomb is not gonna aim the run immediately. Yeah, it is still a no miss. It is still a no miss. Haven't gotten hit, or rather, I haven't lost a life. Because yes, I have gotten hit, but I dead bomb. But that doesn't count as getting hit. Or at least, that's the thing, I really hope that doesn't count as getting hit. Because if that counts as getting hit, I'm dead. Inside. That is. Yeah, I really hope it doesn't count as getting hit. It's gonna be nightmarish if it does count as getting hit. But hopefully it doesn't happen. What's a dead bomb? Well, if there is something... Because, you know, all of you laugh, but maybe there is someone new to Touhou here watching. I don't know. There might be a possibility. So, for those who want to know what a dead bomb is, dead bomb is what happens when you get hit, but you bomb in time so you don't die. So instead of dying, you bomb. Obviously, in order to do that, you have to hit bomb fast enough. But thankfully, this game has a huge dead bomb window compared to the official Touhou game. I mean, in this game, if I'm not mistaken, it's 36 frames. That's the dead bomb window, which, I mean, since the game runs at 60 frames per second, that means that you have half a second, more than half a second, to react to a bomb, which should be enough, honestly. But you know, if you are just starting, it might not be enough for you. But hey, trust me when I say that the Touhou games are a lot tighter when it comes to the dead bomb window. You barely have time to react to it. Like, you have to press it right as you get hit, otherwise it's not gonna work. Alright. Damn, these fairies are not dying. That's fine. Well, we're fine. 36, that's like an eternity. It is. It's bigger than in Lennon. I think it is bigger than in Lennon, yes. Because in Lennon, a lot of times I'm like, fuck, I lost a bomb. Because I tried to dead bomb and I didn't do it in time. But in this game, I think unless my finger was completely off from the keyboard, or unless I really like intended to do a section without bombing, I never lost a life accidentally in this game. As in, I mean, yes, when I run out of bombs, of course I get killed, but I mean, when I have bombs on stock, I never died unless it was an extreme case. So yeah, that's pretty much who it is. Alright, so final boss time. We have 4, almost 5 bombs, but that doesn't really matter that much. Again, let me remind you that this boss has a final spell that is pretty fucked up. The final spell of this boss is really something else. A lot of people compare it to Mountain of Fate last spell, and they are right. It's pretty similar, at least in the fear factor and the fact that your run can go to the dumpster that easily. So yeah, nothing is set into stone just because I have 4, almost 5 bombs. And even using Yuyuko, since, you know, she can save up on those bombs pretty well. And the lack of B-Sync sometimes is pretty noticeable when you see some screen tearing. But at the same time, it does feel like the, you know, even if just a little, but the frame rate is more stable without B-Sync. A little bit. But it's not, I mean, that noticeable. But if you are, you know, if you really like tiny little details, it is noticeable. Alright, this is the one where I'm gonna get an extra life, when in reality it's not even an extra life, because... Okay, I got a blue extend there. I think that blue extend means that I cannot get either an extra life or an extra bomb, so I should get points. I think that's what that means. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, there we go. So let's see. The next spell can be a little bit complicated, but I think if it comes down to it, I can bomb once and that's gonna be it. I'm pretty sure I can choose bomb once here. Let's find out, I don't know. I have the bomb ready, because this is not an easy spell card, as you can see. But I think only one bomb it's enough. Yeah, it's enough. And this is the final spell, folks. This is where the run can go to the dumpster, even with 5 bombs. The number is unimportant. It can go to the dumpster nonetheless. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I'm just letting you know. That bomb was unnecessary, but hey. At least it shielded me on the other hit. Just like it did there. Alright. It was enough to tank the last spell. So shishis. That is a no miss. There is the achievement. Shishis. Oh, and I got the blue item achievement. Damn, that one too. You need to get 3000 blue items and I got it. That's probably because I killed the fairy on stage 4. Alright. Shishis. Thanks. Yeah, nice tanking, I know, right? But I mean, if you have 5 bombs on stock, you gotta use them. So yeah. Also, I just realized that my camera completely blocks the ending dialogue, which I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I don't think there is anyone Chinese in my chat. If there is anyone Chinese watching, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry, but you know, I'm too lazy to move the camera, and like 90% of my viewers don't understand anyway, so... It's a shame though, because there is a specific part that I want you... I'm gonna show you this. Oh, no. The problem is that... Oh no, it says it right here. You know, there was an ending, which I think it was the Rainbow one, that said gooding ending, but my camera blocked that. But this one actually says good ending number 2, all clear. So either they corrected it, or it's only wrong on the Rainbow ending. That's interesting. And they are doing some hotfix patching, huh? Alright, I like that. I like the dedication, definitely. I will say that I admire that dedication. Good shit. Well, that was the no miss, pretty much. I will let the credits roll, but honestly, I'd rather not. Because, you know, if you want to watch the credits, there is in the other runs I've done, they are there. But they are pretty long, so that's why I wanted to skip them. But anyway, shoutouts to the people that made the game, obviously. Well, there it is. Normal, no miss. Done.